It's Week 18 of the 2043 season, and we'll see this team's veteran running back. He'll be a focal point of his offense this week. Who knows what we're in store for here, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right?
2 teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
We saw something last week you don't see very often. Team loses, but the quarterback, the trigger man, Offensive Player of the Week in the AFC. That's pretty impressive.
You rarely see that. Of course, don't worry, folks. He said the obligatory, I would have traded that for a victory any day of the week.
Yeah, no doubt about it, but still, he must have played awfully well to win it when his team lost.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now the first carry here for the running back. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Newman. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And they got it out to him on the left side. And he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
2nd and 3. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is incomplete, but a flag back at the line of scrimmage. And this could be a first down. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. This is caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. On play action, they'll throw. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3. Slot man moves right. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They needed 2, they could only get 1. 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And the numbers will show he's been one of the most productive QBs in the league all season long, right up there among the leaders in passing yardage. The offense back out there at the line ready for their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
In motion goes the tight end. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's going to go up top again. That's caught inside the 20. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there on 3rd down. 68 yards.
Oh, my goodness. I'll tell you what, 3rd down, all you're thinking is, what can we do to keep this drive going to get enough yardage to move the sticks? You're certainly not thinking about taking this one almost the length of the field, but that's exactly what happens here. What a play and what a change of fortunes.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds. That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive, 4 plays. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. When you look at this defense, they enter this one down to the 26th position in the NFL against the run.
One thing players always tell us is that they never really pay attention to numbers. I don't believe them for a second. They know where they rank, okay? They're not quite at the top, but they're far from the bottom. But let's face it, they want to move up. In order to do that, they've got to look at each other and make sure everyone's taking care of their assignments in order to play the run better. I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now a toss here, short side. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw here. And he slings one that's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And his guys have made this a 1-score game now. Well, they were looking to pick up the 1st down on 3rd and short. They got a little more than they bargained for, finding the end zone as well.
And oftentimes in short yardage situations, you get a lot of defenders stacked near the line of scrimmage, partner. So if you can get past that first wave, there's usually room to roam, and he found it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter now, and it's our home team with possession. As they've got it as we resume action. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Nowhere to go here. He loses the football on one of the line. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Now the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. This offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way, because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
That one a first down pickup of 8. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The third down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Complete. Richardson has it. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it's second down. They'll try the left side. It's Newman. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
The offense on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Flush to his right. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is indeed good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
2nd and 4. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And that is incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun now on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up third. So here's a 3rd and 14. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break, all square. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season.
Only 2 quarters of football left in the regular season. Everybody's excited to get to the playoffs, so excited that we're just going to skip right over halftime and get back to the action. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They bring the man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11. He'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Now a first carry here for their running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. 3rd and 9 here.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
He'll look to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would, and in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Here's a 2nd and 5. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
Hands it off out of the gun. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Now, this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
3rd down and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the 1st down. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
In motion, the tight end. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 5 yards brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. 2nd and long. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. to throw. Flushed out right. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
Well, here we sit, Week 17, just one more week in the regular season after this one. So if you're one of these teams trying to make a move and improve your spot or jump in from the outside, Charles, you better make that move now.
And these final games are often a good barometer for all those teams fighting for position or a wild card spot. They have to be able to get the job done these last 2 weeks before things get even tougher when the playoffs officially begin.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some room to work. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. Extra point right down the middle, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 20.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point attempt to come here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. He'll drop to throw.
He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick.
And this offense on third down today, 5 out of 9 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw.
Oh, you had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown! A big play there. 60 yards. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. Results in a 1st down.
Now back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Back to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great play there. 55 yards. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So it's safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
Visitors 31.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a three-possession game and all but put things to bed. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
125 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. On play action, they'll throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Bailey. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down.
Brings up second and 9.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw here. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll set up to throw.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the home team here,
they get that important 10th win to finish the regular season at 10-7.
and that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless.